or the steady hands fluff procedure like that. So, ha!
3, 2, 1, and we are live. Welcome, folks, to the American Movie Podcast. This is your host, Matthew Benjamin. Today, we're going over Den of Thieves. And the cast consists of Gerard Butler, 50 Cent, O'Shea Jackson, and Pablo Schreiber. And O'Shea Jackson is Ice Cube's son, and Pablo Schreiber is the guy from Orange is the New Black. He was the police officer, or I guess you'd say correctional officer, with the giant mustache. So that's the dude. That's Pablo. And Pablo's this genius bank robber. And simultaneously, Gerard is this corrupt police officer, and he's trying to capture Pablo. And they're called the Merrimen gang, I believe. And so this movie was all right. It felt like it was trying to do too much with a lot of time. It seemed like it was drawn out. It was a little slow, pretty lolly. I was like, what's going on right here for a few moments? And then there was just some unnecessary stuff. But it was not horrible heist movie. It just seemed like it was trying to copy from, a lot of people have drawn this parallel, The Heat, or not The Heat with Melissa McCarthy, Heat with Robert De Niro. And it's a bank heist movie. And it had typical stuff. And there was a few parallels within Ocean's 11. It had a couple of facets of that robbery as well. And it was just okay. It wasn't that bad. It was a lot better than Geostorm that Gerard was in. Gerard did a great job inside of this. I think he was able to play a dirty, drunken police officer that's a little bit corrupt and is not a good family man very, very well. So he did do a good job in that manner. O'Shea Jackson, he did a good job. 50 Cent cracked me up. There was a few moments with 50 Cent and some of his kin within the movie that there were some funny parts. But it just seemed drawn out. So, I mean, it was okay. If you like heist movies and you like this cast, if you like Gerard, I think you like this movie. But it was just a little bit too long for my liking. And that's all. That was all about it. I mean, some of the heist was all right. The heist trickery was good. There's some stuff in there that was kind of had potential for just like, oh, that's kind of cool idea. And then so it wasn't that bad, but it just seemed like they were trying to do two separate things, like trying to give you a huge plot of character development, and then some parts of the characters inside of the developing part didn't really act as I think somebody would if they were put inside those circumstances. So I'm probably sound really cryptic right now, but there's just a few points in it. So if you like heist movies, you might like this. I mean, it was just kind of iffy, kind of blah, and it was a lot longer than I would have liked. So that's about it. Den of Thieves. If you want to support the podcast, do not forget to review us on iTunes. That would help this podcast grow enormously. And if you want to start your own podcast, I have created the podcast publisher. You can get that on www.socialcreative.org. That's socialcreative.org /podcast. So check that out if you'd like. So yeah, Den of Thieves, not too shabby. Stay tuned. A lot of good stuff to come. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube as well. Yeah, that's it for now. Den of Thieves, all right. Stay tuned. I'll be doing the post this week, and then also an enormous amount of Netflix specials, originals, both of those. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Matthew Benjamin with the American Movie Podcast. Stay classy, San Diego. Bye. I've
been frozen for 30 years, okay? Throw me a frickin' bone here.
Snap out. What, a hot older woman made you feel her pants? I'm crying out.